a peaceful mentality, like the video that I shared, ouch, earlier today on Facebook. Today's what, the 12th? This probably won't load till tomorrow, so I'm going to keep sharing it and sharing it and sharing it, about the Black Lives Matter that met, I don't know, some group of white people, for lack of better wording, and they all ended up hugging each other and praying together. Anything is possible, but anything is possible with love. With love. So you sitting around saying, oh, white people, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's not love. That's just perpetuating pissosity. And that is not my mission. That is not my purpose for being. I am so excited to be here, loving with you, loving on you, you know, helping to heal this planet through love. Through love. Divine love. Divine love blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I am, and all that I will be. Divine love. Okay? And yeah, I know everything ain't really all rosy like my little Aries girl mind wants to believe. But you know what? I'd rather believe my way and see the good whenever I can, instead of perpetuating the bad and, you know, harping on bad people this and bad people that and the police this and the police that. Not all police are bad. Not all situations are bad. A lot of the situations in our life that we call bad are just our biggest lesson. Our biggest lesson. And I honor mine highly. Get over it and keep on learning. You know? And I hope you do too. And I hope this makes somebody feel better a little bit about themselves. You know? About their situation. If you're related to those people, if you had that experience, I pray for you, because I do not imagine that being an easy lesson at all. Not at all. And I send good vibes and energy out to all those families, all the loved ones. You know, I've had my family members go home. It wasn't any fun. And the only reason why I think it's not so challenging for me is I know I can still talk to them. So if you believe that, maybe that'll make you feel better at some point too. You know? Just remember to love yourself, so then you remember to love others. So beautiful. As I sit out here, I sat over there yesterday, just talking to that tree, having a real good time, tuning in, just listening to Mother, not even minding all the little bugs. Do you appreciate everything you have in your life? Do you really? Really, really? Because I'm thinking if we all did, we wouldn't have to be in such a hurry. I'm not saying it's bad to want. I'm saying it's bad to want and then you don't pay a bill to go get red bottom shoes. Whatever they're called, I don't know. Here comes the sun. Stay in a clear mind so you can achieve all those things you want to achieve. You know, you learn to use your gifts. Learn to create peace where there is peace needed. The air is sweeter here. So peaceful. I gotta tell you, even though I constantly play a little bit of music, like in my room, in the background, peace is just so beautiful. It's just so beautiful. Wow. So I'm going to sit here and be in peace for a few minutes. And get the rest of my millions of crystals she gave me all nice and wrapped up. Put in my suitcase. Get ready to head home. Feels so funny saying that because now this feels more like home than San Jose does. That's okay. It's only a temporary situation. I'm going to write myself into a different play. Keep on keeping on. So, I love you guys. Please remember to be good to yourself. Remember love. Go look at that person that you fell in love with. I don't care if you're fighting or whatever. And just go give them a hug. And while you're hugging them, remember the first time you saw them and you said, oh, I gotta have that guy. I gotta have that girl. And just remember when you're hugging them and they're hugging you really tight, just remember why you started loving them to begin with. Then squash all the dumb shit. Women, shut up. Men, talk more. I think I just might ask her if I could take that one home too. I love the deepness of it, you know? It just reminds me of like church bells or something. Remember why you fell in love to begin with. And we're just going to tune into these beautiful flowers right here. Oops. Well, sorry, the little chime thing is hanging down. But aren't they beautiful? Just like those flowers over there. Remember why you fell in love with that person. What attributes did they have that you fell in love with? Just remember those beautiful points about the person you say I love you to every day. Just remember. And I'm going to remember all the beautiful things that I love about myself. And know that somebody with those very same characteristics is on their way to me. And in the meantime and in between time, I'm just going to keep getting better and better and better. And more and more and more patient. Where do those flowers go? Oh, there they go. You know, I am going to be that vessel of love that is able to calm all situations at the drop of a hat. All situations. All. Not some, all. So, go have a beautiful day. Love yourself. Share some love with somebody else. Even if you don't particularly care for them, because it doesn't cost anything to show love. Now, if you don't want a big old huge black woman like me hugging on you, that's kind of different. But I'm still going to give you a smile. You know? Still going to give you a smile. Still going to say, love ya, have a good day. All that other cheery shit that I do. But in the meantime, I'm going to let you go because I'm sure this is cut off and started again because it's only on 8 minutes. So whatever got cut off, sorry about that. Now I'm going to go in. Excuse me. Oh, hiccups. Shave, shower, shine. Eat my breakfast. And get ready to go home. So, I love you. Oh, be good to yourself. So you can be good to everybody else. Remember, let peace be still. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let me get my finger out of the way here. And I am in the glorious company of the one, the only, Linda Lather. Now, I know you've heard of her. She's well known all over the world. And we're in her home right now. And she is schooling us on some 300, how old did you say?
Well,
300-year-old stuff?
About 100-year-olds.
Oops, sorry.
100 years old.
Okay, there you go. See? Look at this. Guess where that came from? Okay, time's up. Go ahead, tell us, Linda.
Mount Shasta area.
Yes, for real, for real. Like from Mother Earth, okay?
These are supposedly Native Americans find them in the foothills of Mount Shasta.
Isn't that gorgeous?
They dig them up, and they come in the colors that way. They're not glass that somebody broke and pretended to be something.
Look at
this
that.
This is garden quartz. This is the lapis heart. This is not as old, but it was for Tasha.
Thank you.
And the rest of them, this I believe is a type of hagstone. It's actually, I can't think of the name of it right now. There's a lot of them in the Oregon and Washington area. Opals.
Look at that.
There's a man on Facebook, and I won't give his name without his permission, but he sells these things, the opal, beautiful, beautiful things. I mean, this is another sample of, if you look in the light.
Mm-hmm.
Here.
Oh, wow.
You can see through.
Mm-hmm. Like a light brown Apache tears.
Yeah,
gorgeous.
Yeah. It just depends. Most of these rocks, though, they're like Tasha said, they're very old. they were, actually the story is my husband went to a garage sale. Oh, you're gonna love this one.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
The lavender behind it. It's almost like Sujalon. Anyways, my husband went to a garage sale and he asked a man there if they had any rocks or any crystals. And he said, yeah. He says there's a box back in the back there. It's been there for 50 years. And Alan jokingly said, 50 years? And he said, yeah, I put it back there 50 years ago. He says, I got it from another guy who had it in his house, and he said he'd had it for about 40, 50 years.
Amazing.
So these are all just tumbled Oregon rocks. Some of them are rough. They're just, but you know, they make beautiful jewelry out of them. There's a piece right there of, I think this is Oregon, a type of opal also, but I'm not really up. I'm more up on the crystals, as Tasha knows, than I am.
Look at that. Is that gorgeous?
And Tasha makes glorious jewelry out of jaspers, and we've got, like, now this I think is a bumblebee, might be a bumblebee.
Oh, look at that, y'all.
I'm not sure, but again, this looks like a bronzite of some type, or a tiger iron. I'm not sure. So it's just a lot of fun candy, you know, to play with and look at, and
Healing candy.
make things with. This is interesting. It's the same one as this one, I think, but look at the hole that goes down.
It's
in
like
there.
a fish with a big mouth.
And you can see
A big koi fish. Yeah.
through it. It's just the color, the orange and the yellow. It's really, they're pretty.
Lots and lots of healing. Look at my Herkimer, y'all. Look. Look.
And that's druzy, Herkimer druzy in there, and there's tiny little crystals.
Now for
I have
y'all
a
that
lot
say, oh, it's not perfect and nicely shaped like those crystals on the plate, Tasha. It looks like dirt. Yeah, well, forget all y'all that say that. I'm just saying, you know.
That was my... Pardon my dog's burping. I have a
I thought that was a spirit.
I have, in fact, if Terry Francis happens to see this, this is my St. Bernard Holly that's wandering around here somewhere. And she licks her
Holly.
paw and then she burps.
Every time?
Almost, yeah.
Wow.
I don't know why, but she does. I think she's bored.
Well, we won't tell her otherwise.
And then, like I said, it's just a lot of stuff, you know,
Yummy.
to play with, but
Yummy.
it's all,
So you guys know, I need wire. Yeah, send a donation to tashaspeaks@gmail.com so Big Mama could get some wire to wrap all this stuff for you, okay? For reals. Okay? Okay, here we go.
and those that like bloodstone, we got a lot of bloodstones here. Bloodstone, you know what that looks like?
Green and little splotches of red.
And you got it.
This is a good test for me.
Nah.
Well, I try to go through, you know, various crystal books, and I pick one and I try to memorize it.
Yeah.
And then I go on Google and I look for it in all different shapes and sizes. Oh,
Now
look at that.
these are tumbled, but they're tumbled. They don't have the shiny finish on them. They have.
It's okay. Look at that, y'all.
But it's the
Feels so
shape. It's the. They're just, to me, they almost remind me of old time pottery. It's kind of. Well, then here's one.
Okay, I'm gonna keep those together.
There's one. This could make a very nice masculine pendant for a
You're
male.
right.
It's got a masculine feel to it to
Oh.
me.
Okay, man, put your money down. $60.
Nice brown one. That would make on a cord, make it with copper and on a leather cord would be beautiful for a guy. Or I won't say beautiful, but if it's beautiful, it's beautiful.
Look at that. I can already see a design for that one.
Anyway, so yeah, I mean, that's. I figured if anybody could come up with a design for them, it would be you. Now this is a shiny one. I think that's.
Look at that. That almost looks like Mukaite.
Yeah, it could be Mukai. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not real. I've thought about taking. In fact, maybe while you're here, we'll go over to the rock store and take a bunch of them with us, and we'll ask them
Not
what
the
they
rock
are.
store.
Yeah, the rock store. Well, the rock store is where they've already done all the work, and you buy what you want to buy. But they'll tell you, this one's. It looks plain, but it's also pretty. I mean, they just.
Are you gonna lick your paw? Lick your paw. Come on.
This is Holly. This is my Saint Bernard.
Hi, Holly.
And the little white
Hi, Holly.
is Bobby. He's a Bichon Frise. Both are rescue dogs. Holly, the Saint Bernard, was abandoned on the side of the road near our house.
Look at that face.
Bobby, I brought up on
Look
an
at that
airplane from
face.
Southern California.
Yes, look at that face.
Okay, guys, you're gonna overwhelm poor Tasha.
No, it's not possible, huh? No, it's not possible.
Anyway, that's just rocks. Here's another.
I can't believe she can actually
likes
fit
it.
through the door.
Yeah, she really likes you.
Good.
It's now you can see how somebody was making jewelry almost 100. They glued this on there. That's a piece of you know what that's called. Sure you do. Come on, you have to. I can't. I know what it is.
Well, to me, it looks like tiger's eye.
Yes,
because
it
the
is.
stripes.
Yes, that's it. I was going blank for a minute. So all of these, you know, like I said,
It does look like bronzite.
Here's rose quartz, another one that's not super. It's natural polished.
Who was it that told me she wanted a ring out of natural rose quartz?
And here's
Gotta go back to my
here's a
Facebook
smaller one that would
messages.
make a ring.
Oh, look at that, you guys. Look at that. Linda is just full of goodies. And then we got to go see her massive collection.
This is a pretty one. Kind of They're all.
Look at that.
And some are little, but they're so pretty. It's.
And see, that's why God told me to take my nails off so I can wrap teeny tiny itty bitty stuff.
That's right.
Look at that.
And that beautiful clay items you make, you can put stones in those too,
Amen.
which you have done.
Look.
So, anyways, we have more, but we don't want to bore everybody with everything. Oh, chrysocolla.
Oh my God, that's
One
gorgeous.
piece of that I've got in there.
See, this right here, I love. Not the high gloss stuff. Just,
The buff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Chrysocolla, Tasha. That one's chrysocolla. Remember that.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll be back. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Holly. Where you going? Come here. I want to get a beautiful picture of you, okay? Yes. Right there, Holly. Hi, honey. Oh, you got a nice big place to roam around. Yes, you do. You got a nice big place, huh? It is so beautiful. People always say it rains a lot here in Washington, Vancouver, Washington, Oregon area. It hasn't rained a lot. It's been like this, kind of cloudy. But I think this is beautiful. And there's Bobby. Hi, Bobby. Aren't these beautiful? They're made out of different types of dishes, bowls, cordials. bowls. Isn't that cute? So this won't be uploaded till tomorrow, so I'm leaving tonight, and that is so cute. Marcy would like that. You want to come outside? Hey, Bobby. You're so cute. No, don't get underfoot. No. Don't get underfoot. Tasha might step on you. No. Pretty. Linda has such neat stuff. Now you know I'm heading over to my favorite spot. Go on. Wouldn't that make a cute little workshop? So beautiful. So beautiful. I'm gonna go sit back down over here though. You gonna go back in? I'm not going in yet. This one I love. Well, we haven't had a long chat in a week, so I think it's about time, don't you? Yes, I think it's about time. I tell you, being in such a nice, high vibe place is just, it's like you're breathing really fresh air for the first time since you came out of your mother's womb. It is just so tranquil here. It really is. Since I've been here for 7 days, 6.5 days, whatever. Do you realize I've never heard anyone raise their voice to anyone? No cars honking madly at each other. No anything like that. Nothing. People on the streets don't look at you like you're crazy. You know, it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. You know, I like all her wind chimes. So peaceful. I wish you guys were here. This is the most quiet I've had in 3 years. I just love it here. People are beautiful. The shop owners were beautiful. Went to a crystal store yesterday. And wow, I gotta tell you, it's really nice being in the vibration of other beautiful people. Isn't that neat? just love it. So I met a lot of really high vibe people. And I gotta tell you, a lot of, okay, I'm not trying to should on anybody. I am trying to get everyone, including myself, because you know I'm only talking to myself, to step up their game. Be that spiritually motivated person that you joined all them Facebook groups to be in and other groups to prove that you are. So be that. We all got to stop talking about each other behind our backs and allowing other people to do it too. Because, you know, it's just like anything else. If we all stick together, it will help everybody else stay in line, as it were. You know? I'm not much of a gossiper, but I think I could stop listening to more of it too. And to me, there's a difference between, oh, that is so neat, that little faint. Let me see if I can find it. It's right there. I don't think you can see it yet. It's a little faint whisper of right there of a cobweb, and I thought it was a spirit for a minute. Anyway, we all have to step up our game to be that spiritual person we're trying so hard to be. But yet we think we have to learn how to meditate for 10 hours. We think we have to learn how to do like somebody else does and be like somebody else. When the only thing we really need to do is to be still and mind our own business. You know, stop talking about people. I know what's going on in the world today. Just because I don't wake up turning the news on doesn't mean I am unknowledgeable of what's going on. I just rather not watch it and spend my time praying about it. It's all I can really do. It's all I can really do. And that I will gladly do every single day. It's so beautiful. I should have went and sat out on the front. But we can all help those parents adjust. You know, like in, you know, the Mormon churches, they go and they after a lady has a baby or, you know, hardship or something, all the other ladies get together and cook one meal for each day so that the family will have something to sit down to at the dinner table. You know, and she doesn't have to, and the wife doesn't have to worry about cooking and cleaning and all that stuff. Let me see if you can see that peacock right there. Isn't that neat? Metal work. You know, we need to get back to some of our 18th century-ness and know black people, not in the form of slavery and shit, but back then, and you know, just like in up to the 20s, up to the 50s, really. I think, you know, we would really stick together as women. We would stick together as men, though I still believe most men do stick together better than women. We women are so busy, you know, getting on other women for looking at their man or looking better or, you know, being in better shape or other silly things like that. So when I say back then, I mean the camaraderie really that you had. And I'm not saying it in the way of, you know, blacks versus whites or Chinese versus Japanese or anything else. In the 50s, I think, you tell me if I'm wrong, if you were born in like 1930 or something. My point is, we could stick together more and more civilly. So when somebody's kid does get shot or something, we're not out having another riot destroying our own city. Come on now, we haven't you watched the Watts riots and the riot after Rodney King and the riot after and the riot after the riot after? Why are you always tearing up your own damn city? Stop that. Sit down and figure out how we can help support each other. Mrs. Johnson, she is on her meds. Make sure she gets her meds. Make sure she gets something to eat. And passing along by that homeless person on the street, you could drop them a piece of bread. Something, because I'm telling you, watch. Now there's going to be another natural disaster. And I don't particularly care for using those words, but it's going to get my point across the quickest. Can you see that one down there? It's so cute, that one. Haven't you noticed? There's always a natural disaster when something like this happens, and then we all have to support each other, and then we stop. And then we have another natural disaster, and we all get together and help each other, and then we stop. Why can't we just continue helping each other? Because you know what? Just like in any other hierarchy, a king versus the slaves, there's 1,000 slaves. They can overturn the king. We can overturn this, but we can't overturn this shit by continuing to hate each other for the color of our skin. Yeah, everybody is different. All white people ain't the same. All white people aren't hating blacks and Mexicans and Chinese and Japanese and, Russians and Jewish people. Everybody don't hate everybody. I want to believe that it's at least 50-50. And if it is 50-50, we still can conquer. I can still show you that even though I'm a beautiful black fat chick, that's PHAT, I'm still a good person. You can't hate me because of what the last black woman did to you. No matter what other nationality you are. You can get on Tasha for being, silly and childlike. Pretty much gonna stay that way, just so you know. And I can't get on, any man for being abusive to me when they weren't. Everyone could be given the benefit of the doubt until they prove themselves something altogether other. Let peace be still. Let peace be still. I feel for those mothers and the fathers and the siblings. And yet sometimes, the elders always say you have to choose your battles. Choose wisely. And I'm not saying that their quote-unquote death is not worth a fight. I'm saying choose carefully in how you fight. The words you say, the things you do. We already know that silliness exists. Let's not keep perpetuating it. Let's find a way to nip it in the bud, Let's find a way to have some better camaraderie with each other, with your own mother, with your own siblings. Start there. We don't just go out ranting and raving and throwing trash cans through windows because we're pissed at the shootings, or we're pissed that we feel one nationality has it so much worse than all the others. And that's not really what it's about either when they really say Black Lives Matter. I should have copied that tweet. Some professor, I got that from, I don't know, I think Shonda Rhimes tweets. And a professor explained it so well, but you know, we as human beings, when we get angry, we just tend to take everything out of context. Everything. So it's easy to get distracted in what we think it means versus what it set out to mean. Its original meaning is all misconstrued now. But we all gotta stick together and help each other. Remember love. Remember peace. Remember whatever you thought life should be like at this point in your life. Remember that. Hang on to that vision. And don't let what's going on sway you from your vision. It's easy to have a detour every now and then, or a little pebble in the road that you have to step over a little higher than other pebbles. But that's not your main issue for your whole life. This is just a bleep in time, and I'm praying that it leads to something better. So I'm so not saying to just gloss over it. I'm saying pick a better way to gloss. You know, start a foundation. Start neighborhood watches again, you know, like in the old days. I mean, you didn't start a fight. You didn't start a war. You just started a neighborhood watch. Oh, yeah, look at Black Panthers. That was a neighborhood watch that went kind of, sort of, sideways. But anyway, they tried to protect their neighborhood as best they could. So, you know, that's what matters. That's what matters. You know, it doesn't always have to come to blows and guns and shit like that. That's not thinking, you know. Anyway, let me move on. It is just so peaceful here. I mean, dang, even the animals talk to each other here. I saw a squirrel and a dog, and the dog wasn't, you know, attacking it at all. The vibration is just so different. And maybe that's what some of you need, a change in vibration. Total different topic than what we were talking about before, so let's not mix the two together. However, even those of you full of angst and anxiety and animosity could try to change your vibration by being temporarily in a different place. Go to the woods, sit by a stream. You know, just let that vibration soak into your blood cells. So when you go back home to the city life, you can learn, hopefully, how to let that go faster, you know? So you can think clearly and you can eat and keep your body functioning on a regular scale, you know? But when you step out in peace, harmony, love, you can see clearer. You can see so much better. Because now you're not seeing through the eyes of the skin, you're seeing through your third eye from spirit. And that allows me to continue to say, let peace be still. You know, so after this, I wish I could, I'll take a picture of it and try to remember to use it as the thumbnail of this beautiful camcorder that Justin gave me several years ago. And I'm so happy to say that I'm going to maybe be using it a little less until I make my jewelry videos where I need to zoom in and look super duper duper big and clear. Because, you know, I was blessed at getting a new phone this week. And I gotta tell you, I try hard. Well, like if I'm in a restaurant or I have company, of course I don't just whip out my phone with every little bell or whistle. And having said that, it is, excuse me, it is nice to have a phone that does everything you feel you need to do for your life and be comfortable with that. And I say that partially because, when you're limited, you do as best you can with what you got. And when you know more, you do. When you know better, you do better. And there's a totally different reaction to the action, you know? So now that I have a better phone and I can put all the apps that I've ever wanted on it and still have, half the drive space left, it is such a blessing. I'm so thankful for that. Because, me, I just had to take what I could get for the time. And I had a friend give me a phone, and it was going to cost a lot of money to roll my number over, and I have to keep my number for my mama. I don't want something happening to my mama and they can't get a hold of me. So it's just nice to have toys that make some part of us feel like a little kid again. And I really believe that that's what all our appliances do for us. Our tablets and laptops and cell phones and stuff. It makes us feel like a little kid again. I really believe that. Because when you look at your phone, okay, so like if you're already used to your phone and you've had it for maybe, I don't know, a year or something, and you're used to the buttons and where everything is already, even though you keep telling yourself, I need to get rid of that one app because I never use it, and you don't because you're used to seeing it there. But aren't we like kids playing with our toys? And I'm so happy to have a new toy to play with. And now I won't have to talk on this one, put it in the little device, hook the device to the desktop, download it, put it over into whatchamajigger, edit it, and all that other stuff. Now I can go on Facebook Live, now I can go on YouTube Live, and, just be in the moment at the moment. And it really, isn't that the best place to be, in the moment? It's so cute. In the moment. And that's okay. Hair comb, not comb. Well, trust me, y'all don't want to see me today, but because you still see I got my morning voice, right? Oh, it's so beautiful here. Silence always reminds me of my grandma. Maggie May Keel. I had a dream a couple of weeks ago about my Aunt Nellie. And yesterday I met a lady that looked exactly like her. That beautiful, buttery, soft complexion. Her head wrap, her mannerisms. It was just so beautiful. So she's gonna help me try to find a place, or at least a roommate, here, so I can move to a better vibration. Keep on with my healing, making my jewelry, and doing what makes me happy. You know? You hear the birds? So cute. I tell you, sitting here on this back porch, it feels like I'm camping, really. So beautiful. And I want you to know that you are so beautiful. Yes, you are. You are so beautiful. Your soul has so much work to do, even though it has already done so much. And I say that because Spirit still wants you to know that you are beautiful. We all need to stop worrying so much about bills and or keeping up with the Joneses and buying that new car and having this and having is good, and if you can afford it without going into debt or putting it on your credit card, which is debt, that would be better, right? That would be more better. And knowing your purpose for being, I got to get back to spiritualism, right? Is more better. And I know it really sounds hard, challenging, and yet it's not. If you know you shouldn't talk to Boo Boo Kitty because she gossips about everybody in the street, which means she's telling your business too, feel free to let them go. If it's your sister, your brother, your mother, whatever, you know, when it's not in the highest form of divinity, it will serve you no good. And yes, I am one that has divorced my family. 3 of them anyway. Because I just didn't see any real good that they were doing for the world as a whole. I could see the individuals that they work with, but most of that was full of lies too. So in my opinion, if I feel you're a liar or one that is not doing the best for yourself, first of all, then you cannot do any good for the world, second of all. Okay? So I don't necessarily have the desire to be your friend. If you're sitting here always talking about white people and how whatever, and you're talking about Chinese people or Filipino people or, other indigenous people, I am no less than, I am no greater than the next soul. And you already know I see everything in terms of spirit. I'm not saying I can, be on the same vibe as killers. Not saying that. However, we can't back up. We can't go backwards. We can't go back to what, for the 2 shootings last I heard about. I'm sure there was some overnight. We can't go back and take that back. We can only keep starting from right now, and 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 right now. So starting right now, I choose to try to understand it a little bit, because I think if I totally understand it, that puts me on the same level as the murderer. I don't want to understand murderers. I don't want to understand people who, molest their children. I don't want to understand that. So I'll sit over here and do what I'm supposed to be doing this lifetime, which is healing, the baby's hearts, healing the mother's heart. And it's not necessarily by saying anything, just being there. Because, we humans think we always have to say something. We humans dislike uncomfortable silences. We dislike silence, So I choose to sit and be still and pray and talk to those that just crossed over and say, okay, you don't have any skin anymore. So come on, let's get to school. Let's learn how to talk to mom and dad and grandma and grandpa. Let them know that you're okay, So I choose my fights in different ways. I choose not to fight. I choose to go with the flow and just help that person follow their own energies and help that entity do better so they can talk to their own siblings, ancestors, mom, dad, whatever. And know that in the hearts of those that just don't get love yet, that maybe they will someday. I'm Pollyanny, so I'm still going to be hoping and praying and trying. So you just do your best. But your best probably is not continuously talking about that fucking bastard and that bitch Tasha, and she's so stupid, she don't even, it doesn't matter what I think of you. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks of you. The only thing that matters is if you were on your own fighting a fight, what would you have to say without 100 people backing you up, because it's easier to talk big when you're in a gang Yeah, think about it. They say the police is a gang, but when all of us get together, that's a gang too, right?